This is the month of Black history. It's no guessing our ancestors went through many years of misery. Depression and oppression pressed upon our rights of liberty. We ask blessings from the heavens to receive angels of delivery. So it began. Couldn't put up with it no more, went with her heart and just ran. She escaped the forsaken land. Liberation was now at hand. Realization and led the plan. An operation that was bound to span over generations and heritage of man. She fueled the revolution. Things were problematic, but she found her own solution. Yeah, systematically tackling the greatest task in her path. And despite the bad that could happen, she put her plans into action. Burning chains in the ashes, they turned away from those lashes, determined to never look back at the torment they had to back. Left the masses all flabbergasted, they didn't know what had happened. Salvation through a secret passage, so it's used for the massive masses. And that trouble life decomposes like the simple petals of a dozen dying roses. Just vanish like hocus pocus. They can redirect their focus. Got about a one and only. Rest in peace to the Black Moses. There was no such thing as free will, cause we said that we want more than we ever said that we will. Oh, I won't dare betray massa, I won't dare be a hassle. Oh, I won't dare do anything that'll end me up in a lasso. I had me binded in shackles, you baffle, cause you realize that you already in shackles. Cause your liberty is limited, if not limited, it's withering away with every breath and step you taking. Nothing can be done no matter what you do or say, no matter who debates. Or was there actually a way? Did we just have to stray out of our normal ways and out of that normal place in hope for better days, in the sake of finding grace? Where there's a will, there's a way. She turned that will to a won't. It was a part of moving on. She realized it had been going on for far too long. She had been so far gone because for years at a time she had been treated all wrong, like a second-class citizen, even in her own home state. From restaurants to stores to movie theaters and more, injustice at every door. It was impossible to ignore. That's why she sat up in that bus and put her foot to the floor. Now get up. Did you hear me? I said get out that seat. Pay attention and you will see the sign clearly says white only. Now to the back foot is get ugly. No, I won't. Oh yes you will. I'm gonna get this policeman and then we'll see how you feel.
Ma'am, I'm gonna have to ask you to stand to your feet and come with me, cause you're in violation and you're causing a scene. Now let's not make this any worse than what it already seems. This is for your benefit. Now let's get through this with ease.
Who would have thought that refusal would ultimately lead to improvement? Needing no one's approval to pick a city you're choosing, all because of a courageous woman who is sick of the abusing. Rest in peace to the mother of the civil rights movement. Took a bold stride toward freedom. It's right around the corner, just as sure as my last name Freeman. Had every reason to keep ourselves from leaping off the deep end when we were so close to reaching the season of peace. A legion of common people can see when they all could see that together they couldn't be beat. No weather could slow their feet, no rain, snow, or hell or sleet could stop them from bringing heat or make their intentions weak, even if the future looked bleak. Cause this was about being men, not just seen as homo sapiens or simpletons or barbarians with simple skin that need a barbaric discipline. So were we really that different? Were we really so different? Oh, the world we was living in, always suffering and giving in. We just wanted to be citizens, but we were just too incompetent. How could we put an end to this when the bigotry seemed limitless? Find a mission impossible, you stick with it till you finish it. You dream big and you envision it, believe in it. Now picture portraits of a man tortured, surrounded by flames of pain that's scorching at every corner. The horror of being cornered, storming dormant in his soul, but remaining strong for a role. He played faithfully with our foe. He cultivated all the cultures for the sake of us becoming whole, so that we could walk home without walking into a hole, so we could walk the same halls, even use the same stalls. A mountaintop so tall that he climbed but didn't fall. Yeah, he reached a peak that no black man had ever reached. He had opened doors that nobody would ever dare to breach, giving words that no preacher would ever dare to preach, giving lessons that no teacher would ever dare to teach. His words like oxygen to the lungs of people who barely could breathe, like vision to the eyes of the blind of people who barely could see. And this was all he could speak, cause hope was all he could dream, and it's very rare you would see someone as rare